Now let's understand the how part. Now we know that what is design, what are the role available, how designer, play a crucial role, what actually designer do in a day-to-day basis in a company, how we can boost revenue to the company and solve a problem. Now let's learn how we can become a UI/UX designer. Right? This is the question everybody comes. It comes to everybody when, especially when they start new in this industry, right? So I have divided in a four part, but it might also have a few other part which I'm not focusing right now. Okay, first one is understanding the very fundamental, understanding of a design and UI/UX, which are already done very basic level, surface level, right? Second one, if you know the design, if you already understood the design and UI/UX, then second part comes. I have thought of this perspective from the job. Okay, if you're thinking of getting a job in a UI/UX in an industry, these are the four basic things need to be done for sure, right? Step by step. Once you study the design, obviously in third year and fourth year, wherever you look out for internship and job, your primary thing is to be make a resume, right? College generally give a format for resume. We also make our resume in our own format. I'll also show some resume format to you. Third one is making a design portfolio, because this is the crucial part, and I'm going to focus on this one because without this not possible at all. You are not going to get a job without portfolio. You should have portfolio, either a good portfolio, small portfolio, bad portfolio, but you should have a portfolio for sure. Okay, fourth one is you should know what are the tools, software and interview preparation. These are also crucial because this comes later on when you start appearing for an interview or start applying for a company. You should having a detailed understanding about this as well. So I will be focusing on a design portfolio side in this one, but also I have given some sample resume here. Okay, this might not match with your college format resume because I have studied in IT, and our college had their own format, which looks very tech savvy and cluttered, honestly speaking. But yeah, whenever you're there in college, you can use your own college format. If it is kind of compulsory for everybody, then you make your college format only, but also make your resume in your own better design format, like whatever example I'm able to see, which actually show that you are designers, right? So it has to be as simple and easily understand your experience, your work, your education, interest, everything actually. So these are the few format I'm showing. If you want, I will anyway share the slide, so you can try to get this kind of. I also have a raw file of Figma raw file for this all this resume in my Figma. So if you want, anybody, you can reach me out. I'll share with you as well. So this will help, especially if you're looking out by your own, right? Not through college. If you're applying to any internship or a job by yourself, maybe in your third or fourth year, this will be really helpful. Okay, now let's focus on the portfolio. Why portfolio is important. Everybody know. This is the kind of a very tension work of a designer comes, right? They're easy to understand the design, easy to actually learn the design, but when it comes to documentation, it's really boring part of it. Trust me, as a designer, I'm telling from my heart, it's never easy when you think of a documentation. Okay, first of all, let's understand how strong portfolio matters, right? How it's gonna help you. Okay, so obviously it's very easiest way to showcase your past work and experience, right? It's very difficult to communicate verbally. That's why as a designer we have this weapon of portfolio. Okay, where actually we present and you put all those creativity and all our skills in our portfolio, and that's how we stand out compared to other people in the industry. Okay, second one is obviously it's going to have a big impact on job opportunity and career advancement, because let's suppose that if 100 candidate is applying for one job, and maybe 10 to 20 candidate having a good portfolio, their selection chance is much higher than the other candidate. Okay, so that's that big that much importance it play actually in the complete hiring process. Third, it's already stand out in the job market, as I mentioned. Okay, it is a reflection of your skills and expertise, no doubt, because whatever you are doing or have done it in the past, right? That is the best way to show it upfront. Okay, uh, it also navigates through the design process and problem solving approach. Why? Because every designer, or based on the different project, you might have follow a different design solving approach, but this is the way where actually you can show, okay, for this project I have followed this design process, for this project based on the requirement I followed different design process. So this also so that you have a detailed understanding of different design process based on the project requirement. Okay, so this is the place where you can show it. It's very difficult to communicate verbally in the interview. Okay, now let's talk what are the element we need to include in a portfolio in a very short way, in a keyword way. Okay, so if you are building a portfolio, I'm not sure how much you have already built it, but if you are thinking to build it, this is really going to be helpful for you guys. First one is, if you're having a diverse project, for example, if you are studying a design in college, obviously you will not be only on this, learning the or going through the UI UX course. Maybe they will be teaching a product design as well. They will be teaching graphic design as well, or they might be having a course of ergonomics as well, anthropometric as well, right? Different kind of courses actually which build a design skill of a designer. So if you are having a diverse project, please showcase from the college perspective. Even we were thinking how it is helpful for a UI UX, but actually whenever company or anybody come to hire a college student, they don't think from this perspective that only UI UX project is helpful. They think from this perspective that what all you know, or how all of your design skills which maybe come from a physical product designing, or you working on a workshop, right? Your college design workshop, actually you are done maybe furniture design. So maybe how finished product you have created, this show a mindset of your detailed, right, your detailed eye to a product. So if you're creating a digital design also, in whenever you join a company, your detailing going things, I mean in detail of any of the product will never be vanished, it will always be there. So if you're creating a finished design for a furniture, you are having a mindset of making us, I mean keeping a very detailed eye to a small minor detail in your product. So this is the one of the positive thing can be brought from your different project actually. So this is how interviewer thinks. Okay, second one is, I mean obviously you have to process, document all the case study. So 2 to 4 case studies more than enough, especially if you're there in college. Even two good project is good enough to get a job and internship, but you're having a more than two or 2 to 4 project is a good range. But if you're having a 8 or 10 project, this might be distracting as well for an interviewer, because they don't know which one to start with, right? Or they might not be clear what is your focus area of as a career. So maybe try to maybe merge it and make it as a one long project. Highlighting key skill and achievement, this can be done in a specific project wise. If you are, for example, if I use only Figma in any one of the project, you mention only Figma. But if you utilize any of your field visit or any other skill as well, you keep mentioning those in your documentation. User testing and research, if you have done it any like field visit, interviews, survey, please keep mentioning, take pictures, post, I mean keep those data and analysis as well upfront in your documentation. This also so that you have done it. Okay, this is a proof of your work. Interaction designer, prototyping, if you created any prototype or micro animations, you also can present those in your portfolio. We'll come to the part how and which tools and where to actually create your portfolio as well. Visual design and impact is something that if you're done for any company in the internship, and if it have increased the revenue or reduced the bounce rate or maybe increase the engagement, those data also we can put as a result in the last. Okay, uh, well defined problem statement, because portfolio should have very clear that what is problem you're solving. Okay, who are the team you work, like it's self project or team project, please give a credit to your teamwork, teammates if you're working in a team, because this also that you are a kind of a team player. If you get opportunity in work in a team, actually you're going to perform well. If you're having a mix of project, it's well and good, self project and team project. The tool and technique I've already mentioned, process, and yeah, I mean which includes maybe user research, persona, wireframe, prototype. These are the basics which need to be there in portfolio for sure. Okay, I'll have tried to frame in a very group way. So first page maybe you can mention here, include in your portfolio is that user research part. If you've done affinity mapping, user persona, this can be a one section which comes as a part of a empathize section. Ideate phase will comes as a task flow, in user flow or information architecture. Prototype phase can also come a low fidelity, which might be a rough paper wireframe also, or high fidelity maybe in a any of the tool, Figma, FigJam, or any other tool if you have created. Heuristic evaluation, if you're done from the college perspective, if you have followed any theory and done a assignment, please upload it, because that's really adds value to your portfolio. Okay. uh, Industry people get to know that you at least know the theory, so whenever you having a need of it, you can use it. Visual design, obviously, no doubt, like what kind of color or typography using, or final mockup and prototype. Okay. Last one, in the testing phase, if we have done any usability testing, then only mention. If you're not done this, please don't vouch and wrongly mention it. Okay. Final refined mockup, like if you've done testing and again improved, then that final design also will need to be there in your portfolio. Okay. So overall, summarizing this complete portfolio work, it has to be very clear presentation. It can be in presentation format, it can be in one long PDF or image format as well. It has to be visual storytelling. Okay. This is one of the problem I found it personally while actually teaching in a cohort as well. A lot of people have documented their portfolio, but they have used a lot of textual information. So what happens when you put a lot of text, actually it is boring. Okay. So it has to be balanced between textual content and visual content, especially if you're thinking as a designer portfolio. Impactful description, if any of the section you need to describe it well, please describe it well. Nowadays ChatGPT is there, so earlier uh, we used to write it ourselves and correct it again and again, but now we have a super power tool to use it in a better way. You can include your process and insight, no doubt. Here are some of the example actually. I'll mention. So if you think from a portfolio perspective, if you ask me as a recruiter or a company side, I will always have a thought process that I will prefer quality over quantity. As I mentioned earlier, if you're mentioning 8 to 10 or 20 project, might not make much sense for me, but if you are mentioning 2 to 3 good project, that is enough for me to hire you. Okay. So quality always works over quantity. Second one is visual consistency. If you are following any specific one style, if you see that this color has been used in this documentation, right? So this color is used again and again in different element, so it also shows a visual consistency while documenting your work. Clear description and context. For example, if anybody working on a project, this is the medium screenshot of one of the portfolio. Here it has been mentioned what is the background of this project, about the company for which one he have done internship, what is the problem he's solving. So step by step he is mentioned, so people get to know the complete story of the complete portfolio project. What is the software and tool? Everybody I think aware nowadays. Okay. Figma, Square, and 90% of the complete design market nowadays. Okay. So across globe Figma is popularly used, but yeah, I mean it's completely based on the company. Some companies still use XD and Sketch. So I mean I'm thinking from telling from company perspective, but in your college you are free to use any tool. I will say as a designer, it's very easy for us, because whenever we were in college time, you only learn the all the Adobe software, which was Photoshop, Illustrator, then After Effects, Premiere Pro. Then actually Figma was launched in 2014-15 only in beta version when I was in college. So that time we started using Figma. So I'm using Figma from that time. It's almost more than decade now. When it was in beta, complete Figma was in beta that time. But when it's all software are similar nowadays, it's not very having a small learning curve. You don't need to put a lot of effort to learn a tool. Best way to watch, go to YouTube and maybe pick up any specific tutorial and go through in detail. And it's very easy to learn maybe in few hours or few days actually. This is just how Figma is completely have changed the game in the design industry. Recently, if you know that Figma config happened in US, and they have launched a lot of new features. Now it's completely different tool to create websites, different tool inside the Figma to create a social media post. So they are also having thinking of all the user problem. Their user is designer actually. Okay. So obviously this orange yellow one is the Figma, which is actually dominating the complete industry nowadays in terms of tool. Okay. Now there are a lot of tools where you can build your portfolio. Behance is the quite popular, especially if you be in college. Easiest one, it's a free tool, you don't have to pay. It's nothing you have to learn. It's very simple. You can just go and watch small tutorial on the YouTube, and you will get to know how to create portfolio in Behance. You can document your work in Figma and Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop and directly upload it in Behance and make it live, and just share your link and everybody will have your portfolio. Medium is also quite popular if you are a good storyteller. If you want to communicate your complete design process in a story format, it's very easy actually to document in Medium. But Medium also having some free and premium version of it, so please be aware about that. Framer is quite popular nowadays. Framer or few other tool like Wix and some other Notions. These are the popular free website builder tool, especially helpful for a non-development background people, which include designer as well, right? So I have my own portfolio on Wix. So I have taken a premium of it because I want to look my portfolio premium. I am paying daily basis, but it's your call. Wix is also having a free side of it. Even Notion and Framer also have a free side of it. We get a free URL, so you can create your own websites, which is portfolio website, where you show your work. We can tell about your story, your journey, maybe talk about more about apart from the design as well, whatever you do. For example, I get a lot of talks, I visit a lot of colleges, run cohorts, so I put all the information on my portfolio. Okay. uh, while after creating portfolio, you also have to think from this perspective that actually what is the portfolio website. Portfolio website tells about your personal branding, right? It's nothing. I mean, it tell about who you are as a designer, what kind of work you have done, what kind of skill you carry, what kind of tool you have used. So it's tell about everything about you professionally. Okay. So even some people mention their personal goal or personal hobbies as well, which also adds value to it. Okay. Which includes diverse skills, depth studies, and even it increased visibility, because with help of my portfolio, a lot of US people have reached me for a job, because it is there, it's already there, mukeshux.com available, and they might have seen somewhere and they got to see my work, they got impressed and they reached out to me on the email. Okay, so this is the power of the portfolio, especially for having a websites, right? It adds value for sure. These are some of the sample website portfolio website of my own student and my own colleague from the last company. So she is my ex-colleague. She was reporting to me in the last organization, Neeru Yadav. She is from Delhi. She have created her websites, portfolio websites in Framer. This is the link as well. So this is how it looks as a home page. She have documented really well. This is another portfolio website of a designer, Mohit, and few other these are the people who actually have used a Framer and other Wix tool actually. Okay, but it's still fine if you are using Behance for a starting. I still have a Behance portfolio, since I'm not updating because I already have my website now. Okay, if you have already built your portfolio, you have to link your portfolio to your LinkedIn and other social media. For example, I have Instagram, because nowadays it's era of a social media, so you have to be really active on social media, especially when you're hunting for a job. So you have to link your portfolio. So for example, I have linked my design portfolio to LinkedIn profile now. Okay, I have changed it because I'm running one course now, so I do it now. It's very easy to share the work, because a lot of recruiters and HR managers are active in LinkedIn, so it's very easy for them to get to know about you and consider you as a better fit for that position or not. Obviously it build professional credibility, you know and networking opportunity. Honestly speaking, I have currently almost 12,000 people follower on LinkedIn actually, all built through being active on LinkedIn actually, because LinkedIn is my primary social media, being professional. Okay, so I'll also suggest you guys, if you are thinking professionally, want to build your career and focus on your career in the starting few years, especially a student, right? Even as a professor can be done, because you also want to build your personal brand as a professor, right? Like what kind of role you are playing in the college, and how you are nurturing the talent in the industry. So maybe you can build your own LinkedIn, and if you already have LinkedIn, please be active, keep sharing the work, keep sharing insights, daily learning. So I also do that, and almost everybody do nowadays, okay, who is quite active on social medias. So kind of LinkedIn works as a direct engagement with the hiring manager. So all the jobs which I have done in the past, I have not applied to any company. Even a hiring manager have reached out to me. Till today, a lot of people have reached out to me that are you looking for a job. So with help of that only, have changed all the job as of now. Yeah, I mean, obviously building network and helps a lot, no doubt. The last thing, obviously I also run a lot of design community on WhatsApp. So I have a WhatsApp group where actually, a lot of people who is looking out for job, and some people who is already there in the industry. I connect them with help of WhatsApp community group. Almost 300, 350 plus people are there in the WhatsApp community group, where actually people post daily job openings, and some people who is looking out for job, it's very easy to help them actually, right? It's free of cost, nothing else, just need to maybe send a request to me and I'll add it to your group. Okay. Some design resources which you might have heard for sure. This book is quite popular, but trust me, you read it again and again. Maybe if you read first time, you will not get to know. For example, it happens similar to me. When I read it first time, I felt I only got a 20% of it. Trust me. Okay, I'm really being honest here. When I read second time, I got a 70% of it. When I read third time, I got almost 100% of it. What exactly it is trying to say? Okay, because I read first time in second year of my design college. Okay, I read fourth time when I was in, third time when I was in fourth year actually. Then I realized, okay, everything I have not got it that time. There are a lot of other book recommendation as well. Law of UX is a really good book, especially if you're thinking of all those psychological rule that can be applied in a design. Next one is, don't make me think. This is completely from, common sense approach of, web usability, especially for a website design if you are approaching. Lean UX, I have read in college library itself. Actually, it talk about how we can, use the lean approach to enhance the overall experience of any of the product. So yeah, these are the few big book recommendations. You should go it for sure. Some digital resources you might be aware, but one of the best digital resources is NN Group, Nelson Norman Group. This run by Don Norman. Okay, this group, this website having a very extensive videos, content, and everything about the design. Actually, a lot of video content and complete course wise, actually topic by topic they have explained it, and it's completely free of cost. They are also having social media as well. You go and check it out, their social media. They post daily learning. Okay. Interaction Design Foundation, if you're looking out for a detailed course, but this course is not much engaging nowadays. I had a premium of it when I was in college. I utilized it well. I have finished 4 to 5 days. So this is a certification course along with your college, or if you're not in college, this courses also you can do it. UX Collective is a blog website where actually a lot of latest design or trends, design trend related things get posted, and people also share their portfolio story. People post their learnings, their experience, their personal projects. So these are the resources where actually, you be aware what's happening in the industry also. Okay, also, get to know what are those standard psychological or UX principle that is available, and you should know. Okay. uh, yeah, that's all from my side. Okay. If you really like this session, okay, you can, if you are active on LinkedIn, please drop a post, LinkedIn post, and tell about, share your learning and tag me there as well. I will love to react and, share your post as well again on the social media. So yeah, that's all from my side. Over to you, side.